Right, we are halfway through the day of Autism Awareness Day. We've had 3 speakers today, and I'm here with Kat Williams, and she's just going to tell us a bit about how it was for her to do her talking. Camera doesn't want to change, so okay.
Hi.
So, what did you feel like when you were going up on to do your little speech presentation?
I was quite nervous because I'm autistic myself, so I'm quite aware that sometimes the way I communicate can be a bit difficult for other people to follow, because I know what's inside my head and I know what I mean, so I need to be more aware than other people of explaining what I mean, so everybody is sort of on the same page. But I think that it went quite well, and I'm glad that I did it. And I think that because I was talking about education, I think it's an important topic, and I had some important messages to get across about how schools and educators can be working better to support autistic pupils.
Well, as an autistic person, I felt I understood you very well. The room got a bit cold, which did distract me a little bit, but I still managed to stay quite focused on what you were saying.
Oh, thank you. It is quite cold. My hands are cold, and we've been saying that it is on the stage, so I agree.
Yeah. What got you into talking about education to do with autism exactly?
So I provide peer support work and advocacy work, and I have supported a number of families who have gone through the process of getting support in schools for their children, and I've gone to quite a few meetings. Both of my children have got additional needs as well, so I've navigated the education system for them, and the outcome has been that I realise just how broken the system is, and I want to be part of the change to fix that. And I think that speaking publicly about it is one of the steps towards changing the education system to make it fit autistic needs and the needs of other people with disabilities as well. So I think that if enough people hear what I have to say, then there are going to be at least a couple of people who take my message on board, and hopefully they will then make lives better in their schools for their children that they educate, which will then, little sparks can make big fires. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
How long have you been trying to get your voice and opinions out on the matter?
So prior to doing this independently, I was given a platform by charities. I've also done some work with the National Centre for Mental Health. So I've been quite lucky in that I've been able to talk to small groups about this for a couple of years now, but it's taking quite a while to get my voice heard on a larger scale, and I'm sort of talking to my local education authority, and I'm trying to get meetings with them so we can discuss education at a more at higher levels where changes can actually be made. It can be quite difficult to get my voice heard as an autistic person, because people tend to put other they say professionals on the stage who actually, other than working for a charity or doing half a day course through their job, don't know much about autism. They certainly don't know how education feels to an autistic person, so but that's who everybody wants to listen to, so it can be quite difficult to be heard over them. But I think that the narrative is starting to change, and that our voices are starting to be heard. It's just, it needs to happen more.
Yeah. Did your journey on talking about autism and education start before or after you had your own children and they were sat in the education system?
It started after. So my eldest son is 10, and I've got a younger son as well who doesn't like me talking about him as much, so I won't talk about him.
That's fair enough.
But it started after, because before I had them, my experience of education was purely my time in school, which was not great, I'm going to be honest. I was undiagnosed in school, although I was under educational psychology, and they knew that there was something but didn't know what, so their support began and ended by giving me extra time in exams, which didn't actually help the route.
No, I had the same problem. I was purposely educated at home because I was undiagnosed autistic and my mum thought as much, and I have other disabilities. And when I did continue to do my GCSEs, it was in what they called a community college style, and I didn't have much support. There was one support staff in each classroom and about 5 of us that needed support within that classroom, and 3 of us needing severe support, meaning having the support staff actually write what we needed to write down for us. And again, I got extra time and in exams and stuff, but beyond that it wasn't great.
No, so that's the sort of thing that I'm hoping that I'll be able to change. So hopefully if people start listening to autistic people, they'll be able to see that support is needed, but not necessarily in the way that they assume that it would be. And that's the biggest thing to take away from what I talk about, is to not assume what somebody's needs are going to be and actually find out what they are.
I just have to say, your talk, I was nearly doing a hallelujah, a hallelujah. I'm a mum, so...
So that's very nice feedback. So yeah, I've had a few people come up to me now and say that they enjoyed my talk. So
well, from one autistic person to another, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I certainly could not present myself as well as I think you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and thank you very much, and good luck with your channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Kat Williams, correct? And hopefully we'll be talking to Kerry? I do actually know her, but later on today. But that is it for now. Thank you for watching. See you soon.